Welcome back, my name is Daddy Bones, and this is another Snapshot video. There are a few things I'd like to point out for this snapshot, the first being the retextured camel egg. The darker brown seems to be more reminiscent of when there is a saddle on the camel, where the new texture is more for when there is no saddle. And of course, that's how they come out of the egg, so that's the one I would want to go with. So 22W43A has mostly bug fixes in it and a couple of cosmetic things, and I want to touch base on at least two of these things. One's not that big a deal, but one I actually find a little more fascinating than the other and could help you out in your survival gameplay. Let's go check them out. So the first bug fix is the way that fence gates held these hanging signs. We're gonna, all right, there, and we'll do that one there, and then we'll go ahead and pick this sign. And this is how, yeah, that's how it looks like in 42A. All right, so this is how they originally hung, and let's get a sign and do it on this one here. That's no fun. All right, let's try this. Oh, you cannot even hang them on the gates now. So there's a change. Interesting, though. The other glitch I want to talk about takes place in survival mode, and it's about burn damage and how ways to put out fire. Like, we all know how to do the bucket, but you know you can not do it with a splashing water bottle? Doesn't make sense, right? Let's check it out real quick. So let's go into survival. And go ahead and get a water bottle. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh, nick of time. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so you cannot put yourself out with a splashing water bottle. So let's get over to 43 and see what's been fixed. All right, so now we're in 43 now officially. Let's find out if the splash water has fixed this problem. In I go. Out I come. Yeah, you like that? That's pretty cool, right? Here we are in the Nether, and here's what I found interesting about the splash bottle of water. Check this out. Let's put ourselves on fire. Yeah, fire. You see that? Pretty cool, right? You now have a way of extinguishing yourself in the Nether with splash potions, or splash bottles of water. They're not really potions, are they? Oh dear. Oh no. Ow. 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 That was close. You can extinguish yourself with splash water bottles in the Nether now. That should be helpful, right? And the last thing I want to go over is the Chiseled Bookshelf again. River pointed out to me, and it's something I did read and I didn't really comprehend, but the Chiseled Bookshelf reacts, the redstone reacts to the last book that's been interacted with. We're going to go over here real quick and show you what that means. So throughout this past week, what I've been testing is, I'm going to put this question out there: is the Chiseled Bookshelf a container or not? See, a chest container holds a multitude of items. The hopper, it holds items but also moves it, and same with the barrel. But this only, it does hold items but only holds 6. I don't know how to describe that it's not a container. These containers can have a hopper point into it and fill them up, whereas this one cannot. So what is it exactly? It has a unique property that these don't have. I'm going to demonstrate that here now. When you put these in, it only gives off a redstone signal of 1, not 6. The same with this. You can put all these slots and fill them all up, and again, a redstone signal of 1. And this too. You fill it up with everything, a redstone signal of 1. But this guy, however, 3, 4, 5, it gives off redstone signal dependent on the last item interacted with, which is very important to understand. The last item interacted with. We're not going to call these a first book or last book. We're going to call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the last item interacted with is book number 6, and now the last item I interact with now, taking the book out, is book number 6. So no signal has changed. The last item interacted with now again is book 5, and the signal will drop down because the last item, even though there's 4 books in here, the last of them was number 5. So if we want to put a book in now, no signal change because the last book interacted with was book number 5. Just go ahead and take that out. Go ahead and do it with the rest of them. The last book interacted with was book 2, so it holds a signal at 2. And taking this out, again, the last one interacted with was book 1. So that's kind of a bit of a problem, because even when when all your containers are empty, such as the chest, it no longer has a redstone signal, which is very confusing when it comes to the Chiseled Bookshelf. The same thing with the hopper. Of course, I just broke it. And even this guy, you take everything out and there's no signal. So that's very conflicting with this item about not having any items inside, but again, its state is the last item interacted with, which is item number 1. In this case, it's number 2 now. So we interacted with number 2, so that's what signal it is. Interacting with number 1, but it's empty. I think this is going to be very confusing for a lot of players, and I think it should be addressed, though currently in its state, this is how it is written, and this is how it works. I think there's some problems with it, in my opinion. While the Chiseled Bookshelf is performing the way it's supposed to, meaning that the last item that you interact with is the redstone signal it puts out, it is a bit confusing when it is empty. I also do not consider it a container such as the chest, the hopper, or even the barrel, because you cannot funnel books into it. As a matter of fact, even in the redstone menu, you have a trap chest, but you don't have a regular chest. And looking through all these, I don't even see the barrel at all in there, and it gives off redstone signals when items are put into it. So here's another 2 items that have some redstone properties, but they're not redstone components exactly. So that's what I've come to discover and learn, and just kind of like collect my own thoughts when it comes to the Chiseled Bookshelf. Working correctly? Yes. Do I like it? Not exactly. I do say that when it's empty, it should have a power of 0, even though when you took the last book out, it was slot number 1 and should have that power. The rest of the snapshot addresses the way the creative menu is organized and how the items are laid out there, as well as a lot more bug fixes plus items that were missing from the creative menu. That's going to wrap it up for this snapshot video. If you could, hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content and you want to come back for more, hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way. Thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, be safe. Cheers.